Have you ever benefited from someone else's misfortune? Number one, I benefited from two misfortunes in one fell swoop. Back in 2010 or so, I'd decided if the housing market was going to be so terrible, I'd save up and buy a foreclosure. I saved every dollar I could and kept going to auction after auction. 9 times out of 10, the bank would hold on to the house, setting a reserve higher than anyone was willing to pay. Countless times I'd find a house I was interested in, do all of my homework, look forward and stress out about the auction for 2 or 3 days preceding, wondering if this would be the one that finally worked out. Take off work to attend the auction, they're usually around 10 a.m. to noon, and then be disappointed because I never had a shot due to the reserve. In 2012, there was another house I was interested in, like so many before it. I checked out the property and it was nicer than many I'd been looking at. I knew it was out of my price range and it was going to be another disappointment. I went through the motions anyway. I checked it over as best I could. I did all the research I could and decided how much I was willing to pay. The auction was on July 5th, so I'd have to cut my July 4th vacation a day short and likely waste my time yet again. I went anyway and no one showed. The auctioneer came to the courthouse steps where I was waiting. She read through the legal ESE that she's required to do, audience or not. I waited for the moment. This property had 2 mortgages. The first mortgage was low, but typically in this situation, the second mortgage holder will show up to the auction and buy the property, so they're not left without a means to collect. She read through her stuff. She announced the opening price. She said since no one else was there to bid against me, I could buy the house for $1 more than the first mortgage holder's reserve price, edited for clarity. It was roughly $60K less than I was prepared to pay that day. I bought my house for about 60% of what it's worth. I kept assuming someone would call me and say that there was an error in the paperwork and I'd have to give up my house. That never happened. I feel bad that someone lost their home, but that event took place without my interference. Whoever held the second mortgage on the house definitely screwed up by not showing up to the sale that day.